What's up, everybody? We are back today with more of the Minnesota Twins franchise on MLB The Show 19. We're back to the bigs this episode with the 15-7 Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers, oddly enough, right behind us a couple games back. So far, the defending champs have had a great start to the season. No World Series hangover here. But there are some players who aren't performing to their standards this episode, and we're going to focus on one of them today, Yadier Alvarez. He's gotten significantly better since the first year we traded for him, but this year his first few starts have just not been that great. He's had 5 starts, he's allowed 8 home runs, a whip of 163. Pretty much every category is worse this year, except for his K per 9 is actually up. But we're going to get into a game with Alvarez today, trying to snap our first sizable losing streak of the season, losing 3 games in a row. Here against the Blue Jays, who now have Josh Harrison, by the way. They win 5-2 and give Maxwell Fowler his first loss of the season. Then in the next game, we lose 5-2. Again, don't get a whole lot of offense, and they put 4 runs up on Gary Tadano's start. But then we bounce back to at least avoid a sweep. We get homers from Buxton and Goldschmidt and win 8-6. It was also the best start of the season for Jose Barrios, so his season continues the trend at least in the right direction. Then we defeat the Oakland A's in our first game against them. Michael Conforto goes yard, and we get a victory for Dallas Keuchel going 6.1. We'll continue that series against the A's today. Both teams have 17 wins, and we have Yadier Alvarez taking the mound, trying to get that first win, and just a good start. Here are the numbers on the season. The strikeouts are doing alright, but just way too many base runners, and 8 home runs in 24 innings. A 3 home run per 9 is not sustainable. Eliezer Alvarez is the leadoff batter for the Oakland A's, and on the 0-1, he's lining this to left center field. A good single to open for the Athletics. And Harold Moody, one of the only right-handed bats in this lineup. They have 6 lefties, so an interesting matchup as Moody pops it up in foul grounds, and that's caught by Paul Goldschmidt. Here is the A's lineup. They don't have Chris Davis anymore. They still have some power, but they're predominantly left-handed, and I was wondering if that would bring more issues to Alvarez, who pitches better against righties. Well, here's one of the American League home run leaders, Gabe Corona, who has 11. 2-2 from Alvarez, and tapped back to Alvarez. Pretty easy play, and he recovers from the leadoff single to retire 3 straight. For the A's, taking the mound, Daniel Mengden. 6th start of the season, 4.18 ERA. The walks are a little bit high, and he's got to face our offense, led by Mookie Betts. Now tying for the team lead with 7 homers on the season, and this ball is ripped down the line by Betts, and that'll be a single for Minnesota. Next up, of course, Paul Goldschmidt hitting .309 on the season. 2-2, this is in the air to left center field, and it will fall down for a base hit. 2 in a row for Minnesota, already in business for Miguel Sano, who has 6 homers on the year, 15 RBIs. 1-0 to Sano, he's behind the 97-mile-per-hour heater. 1-2, now on the corner, a strikeout on Miguel Sano. Here's a look at our offensive numbers so far. Pretty good averages across the board. Goldschmidt leads, and we're seeing Yasiel Puig regress a little bit compared to his hot start. So here's Michael Conforto, the everyday DH, working the count 2-2, and he'll be down on strikes. Mengden gets him with a 96-mile-per-hour fastball, and now it's up to Puig. He's on a cold streak right now, and a good time to break out of it, perhaps. 2-2. That's hit well to left center field, and that will fall down for another Twins hit. Betts around third, he scores, and Puig gets it done. 1-0 Twins. Always nice to start hot offensively. Now the A's in the second inning. Good play by Goldschmidt, and Alvarez runs to first to cover. Quickly 2 away, now Bruce Maxwell, the .392 hitting catcher, one of the best averages in all of baseball, but a routine play for Miguel Sano, and that is 6 straight retired for Alvarez. Bottom 2, Minnesota. Garver's turn, his average is a little bit down, gets a hold of this to left field, and that is caught. Staying in the second inning, Jorge Polanco has not hit that well this season, and this is skied over toward third base, and the catch is made by Ke'Bryan Hayes. That takes us to the third, and this is Chad Pinder looking at strike 3 on the outside. Alvarez with the fastball, that's his first of the game. And then Ke'Bryan Hayes, a 2-0 count, and he'll take the changeup low. Good count for Hayes, and Alvarez is able to find the zone. Full count later, and fouled wide of the bag at first. Another full count pitch, fouled that away as well. Good at bat for Hayes. This payoff is on the ground, hit to Sano. Good play. 2 down and back to the top of the order. This is Alvarez, who had their leadoff hit, and he'll hit this on a line to left field in front of Mookie Betts. 2 for 2 for Alvarez against Alvarez. Now it's Harold Moody. 0-1 with a changeup on the inside corner. Alvarez gets ahead 0-2, and then a pop-up in front of second base, or maybe a bit behind it. No problem. Pretty good first few innings for Alvarez. I was quite happy with it. 40 pitches also put him on a pretty good pace, allowing just 2 hits. So let's get back to Minnesota. 2 down now, Miguel Sano batting, and this is sent to center. Hit pretty well. This one's gonna carry, and it gets down, bouncing off the wall. Sano is into second with a 2-out double. So can Michael Conforto bring him home? Conforto watches that one get away from Maxwell. Sano up 90 feet. He's safe at third. Just need a base hit of any kind from Conforto. That one's ripped. That'll be a souvenir. 2-strike count, and in the dirt, Conforto swings and misses. Out number 3. Top of the fourth now, and this is George Cervone, and that pitch was low, and he sure hit it hard to left field, but Betts tracks it down. I was still impressed by that. 2 down, and Olsen hitting. Matt Olsen, 333 average. There are some standout averages on this A's offense. 1 and 2. Olsen waves and misses at the changeup. Another good inning for Yadier Alvarez. Twins still have their slim lead. Mangden, though, settling in, not really allowing a whole lot to happen as Buxton falls behind and then evens the count and looks at a fastball hitting the outside of the zone for strike 3. Top 5, Alvarez with a great pitch count. He's in position to go deep into this game if necessary as Maxwell's down on strikes. That's 3 for Alvarez. And then Pinder with 2 away, hitting it right at Byron Buxton, not making him move too far. 5 shutout innings from Yadier Alvarez. Still would like a little more run support for our starter. It's Mitch Garver now leading off the 5th inning and working this count full. He'll foul one away. Another payoff from Mangden. Now going inside. Garver fouls that one back. The next 3-2, that one's fouled back. Here's the 9th pitch of the at-bat, and this time Garver swings and misses. Mangden's fastball gave us all kinds of issues. 7 strikeouts to this point. Next it's Betts, and he didn't miss by much. He could have really done some damage on that pitch. Instead, harmless pop-up for Maxwell, and we're sent to the 6th. Alvarez leads off. He's 2 for 2 and sends this one out to left field. Betts too late to go take it back. It's a solo home run. Eliezer Alvarez, 3 hits and 3 trips against Yadier Alvarez, and the A's tie the game. 2 down later in the inning, Cervone. I forget whose stance this reminds me of. It looks like an old school stance. 1-1 and missing outside again. 3-2 to Cervone. Fastball does not get the call, and that's a walk. So Alvarez just trying to close the 6th inning. Now it's Gabe Corona fouling one away and getting behind in the count. 1-2. That one is ripped to right. Puig over a few steps to send us to the bottom of inning number 6. But a good outing for Alvarez. Tied at 1 now. It is Goldschmidt, and he's a little bit in front of that one. Hit well foul. Now on the 1-2, gets underneath this, going to left center, but this one hangs up in the air. It's a pretty routine play. Mangden doing really well. He and Alvarez both had solid outings. Now it's Sano, and of course, they attack him low in the zone whenever possible. And Sano's able to work this count full. payoff from Mengden, and it's a bouncer that gets through the left side. We had some good long at-bats here against Mengden to make sure he couldn't go too deep in this game, and the A's go to their bullpen right after the Sano single. Jarrell Cotton is in, facing Conforto as his first batter, and he turns on this. Sent to right, it's got carry, and it's off the limestone. It's Conforto to second, and Sano to third. Twins have their best scoring threat since the first frame. Look who's up again. Puig fouls off the changeup. And then one of the biggest curveballs of the episode is not from a pitcher, but their manager. With a strike on Puig, they intentionally walk him. I've never seen that. And the bases are now loaded for Nick Gordon. 0-1, line drive left center. This one gets down, they missed it. And the Twins gotta get going here. They're gonna get a run, and now it's only a single for Gordon. Base running miscue, defensive miscue. I'm good for at least one an episode. 2 batters later, Mitch Garver still juiced. That one to left, it's down. Twins will score again. Puig waved around, he scores. 4-1 Minnesota. Garver comes through again. Minnesota stays patient, and eventually they get their inning. And now we can turn it over to Sam Freeman. Alvarez in line for his first victory if the bullpen can take care of these last 3 innings. Olsen misses the slider and then chases the fastball upstairs. See, this is where having all these lefties in our bullpen is so nice. Some of these teams are very left-handed heavy. Probably not too many of them, but the A's are one of them. And there's another strikeout for Freeman. Maxwell looks at a fastball. Great frame for Freeman. And the Twins go bottom 7. This is Goldschmidt swinging through the fastball. Jarrell Cotton gets the strikeouts. Next up, Sano. He works the count full. And that changeup is perfectly placed on the outside corner for another strikeout. Top 8, Freeman stays in for a second inning. That's on the ground right side. Easy play for Nick Gordon. 2 away, top 8. And 1-1 count. Alvarez, perfect on the day. He's looking for a 4th hit, but Puig says, I don't think so. All right, we're in position to get this done. Looking for any more insurance. Bottom 2, it's Gordon. That one on the ground, diving stop at third, and Hayes with the strong throw. The defensive play of the day comes from Cabrian Hayes. And that'll send us to the 9th. Raisel Iglesias already 11 saves on the season, and with 1 away, facing George Cervone. 1-2. Strike 3 on the change, just 1 out remaining. A's down 3. Gabe Corona, the last chance for the A's as he lays off the high heat. 2-2, now missing outside. Iglesias full count for the win, and missing well inside with the fastball. There's a base runner for Oakland. 1-0 count to Matt Olson, and that's missing low. So a base runner reaches, now a hitter's count for Olson. It's on the ground and past third base. Betts cuts it off, a base hit for Olson. And Betts missed the cutoff, and everybody moves up an extra base. A simple mistake there for Betts, and now 2 in scoring position. The tying run is up, and this is Rafael Devers into right. A run scores, and the A's create some 9th inning drama. They're not done. Runners at the corners for Bruce Maxwell. 0 for 3 on the night. Trying to extend the game. Iglesias with this fouled off the screen. 1-1. Just missing away. Iglesias, 11 strikes, 11 balls, and now a foul to get the count evened up. 2-2. Strike 3, and the Twins win it against Oakland. Iglesias gets his 12th save, and Yadier Alvarez. Finally, that first win comes in start number 6. Good win for Minnesota. No long balls this time for us. But overall, a decent day of offense, but too many strikeouts for my liking. But I like that I had some patient at-bats and was able to get Mengden out of the game when we clearly weren't hitting well off of him. Good start for Yadier Alvarez, just 4 base runners allowed. That is a major step in the right direction. The Twins continue their winning ways the next 2 days, but we get some terrible news down at AAA. Lamont Wade, who had a great game in the last episode I posted, the first minor league episode in a long time, has torn his ACL, and he is likely out for the season. That really sucks. I was hoping to call him up sometime in the near future. Maxwell Fowler does get his 5th victory in this win over the A's, and then against Toronto again, we defeat them 3-2, and Gary Tadano goes 6.2. So we're getting some better outings from our starters, thankfully. That's moving in the right direction. But there is the news on Lamont Wade, 6+ month recovery time, so probably not returning until next year. He's 27. I'll probably sign him for an age 28 season after this year is over. Here's a look at the standings, though. The Tigers actually made up ground. They're still right there, 2 games back. So I guess we have a new rival to talk about this season. Here are some of the offensive numbers. Willie Ordonez has done really well in the simming, so he's hanging on to that roster spot. And for the pitching, everybody, I feel, got a little bit better today. Except for Raisel Iglesias, because that was the first run he's allowed all season in 12 appearances. He's been pretty elite. Josh Harrison's doing really well in Toronto, by the way. Jock Peterson hitting over 400 over a month into the season. Gabe Corona with 12 homers. The Twins leaders are Puig and Betts, still with 7. And Matt Carpenter has 11 in the National League. That is going to end this episode, everybody. Hope you had a good time today. Please leave your feedback down below in the comments. Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you again with more Twins franchise coming your way soon. Have a great day, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.